Lee Colvin on this calm before the storm. You know, got some snow coming, but what a better way to not have to deal with snow than go to a sunny place. Lee, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. Glad that we could at least come together today. And I know that you're out and about, you're doing busy things, but appreciate you joining us today to talk a little bit this morning.
Hey, so glad to be here, and sorry that it's not in the station with you, but hopefully we can make up for that next time.
Well, that's all right. The weather window is cold, so you know that's all good. Well, Lee is an Edward Jones financial advisor, and today we're going to talk about what to know before reversing your retirement. So we'll dig into that here this morning with Lee. And, you know, after working for a long, long time, you know, a lot of our listeners out there may be really looking forward to retiring, but we're going to talk about reversing your retirement. What do you mean by that?
You know, Brian, one of those things that we don't usually want to talk about or have to talk about, but in some cases, occasionally folks decide maybe they want to rejoin the workforce for any number of reasons. You might need the added income to help pay for your living expenses, but you might also miss social interactions with coworkers or simply desire more purpose or stimulation in your life.
So if you want to unretire, which, I mean, you gave a lot of very good, valid reasons. What, I mean, do you have any statistics that show, are there more people unretiring?
You know, good question. Unfortunately, you'll be in plenty of good company if this is you. More than 14% of previously retired baby boomers returned to the workforce just in the year of 2023. This is actually the highest level that we had seen in 5 years, according to the data from LinkedIn, obviously the online career networking platform that we're familiar with hearing about. But when pondering this issue, Brian, the decision of going back to work, there are several things that we wanted to bring to folks' attention, things that you may want to evaluate, looking at the advantages and the drawbacks of would it be appropriate for you.
Okay. Well, why don't we first look at maybe some of the benefits of returning to the workforce?
So first, in doing this, let's think about people wanting to improve their cash flow. They may be able to do more of the things that they enjoy, such as traveling with the additional income. And you might also be able to reduce your debt load, which can free up even more cash. There is also a chance to use the extra money for other purposes, such as contributing to tax advantage 529 education savings, if you're wanting to contribute or plan for a grandchild's education for the future.
All right. Very good. So depending on whether you're returning to work or whether you go back to full or part-time, what are some things that we need to look at?
You know, I would say if you're not already enrolled in Medicare, you could find it financially advantageous to sign up for your employer-sponsored group medical plan. And you may also be able to contribute to your employer's 401k or similar plan that they may have if eligible. If you're not eligible for these things, then an employer-sponsored retirement plan, you might still be able to go ahead and contribute to an IRA if you have any earned income.
Okay. Um, you mentioned before we went on maybe something else to think about, and that's bringing in income from employment. It may make you, or you may be able to take out less from some of your retirement plans.
Absolutely. By not taking as much from your existing 401k and IRA, this is giving you a chance to potentially grow more for your retirement. Once you turn 73 years old or 75, if you're born in 1960 or later, you'll have to start taking withdrawals from your traditional IRA and your 401k.
Okay.
Now, with a Roth IRA or Roth 401k, you're not required to take withdrawals at any age.
Lee Colvin is joining us today, an Edward Jones financial advisor. We're looking at what to know before reversing your retirement or unretiring. So maybe we can take a look now at some of the potential concerns about returning to the workforce. We talked about, there would be some possible advantages and some possible drawbacks. So what are some of those drawbacks?
So, Brian, if you've been taking Social Security, your 2025 benefits will be reduced by $1 for every $2 earned above $23,400 if you haven't reached your full retirement age, which is likely going to be between age 66 and 67 for you today.
Okay.
In the year in which you do reach your full retirement age, then your benefits will be reduced by $1 for every three earned above $62,160. And then starting in the month in which you reach your full retirement age, then you can earn as much as you want without losing any benefits. Also, Social Security will then recalculate your payments to give you credit for the months in which your benefits were reduced due to your enhanced income.
Okay. Is Medicare something that we should consider in this?
Medicare, I think, is something that always should be considered. These premiums that are being paid for Medicare, they are based on your income, and they could rise if you start earning too much or more income in the future. Also, if your income increases enough, then you might be pushed into a higher tax bracket, which could cause a higher medical costs on your Medicare insurance.
Well, definitely a lot to consider here when we're weighing the, pros and cons, the advantages, the drawbacks, that kind of thing here, it seems.
Always, right? We're always trying to bring ideas, always trying to bring some relevance to the community around money. Ultimately, though, just make sure you want to weigh the pros and the cons of returning to work. If it seems the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, then you may well enjoy embarking on that second act in the working world. But feel free to give me a call, give us as Edward Jones a call. If you call my office, we can ask some questions to assess your current situation and verify if my office or another office of Edward Jones may be best to take care of you and your family's needs.
Well, very good. So this is obviously a conversation you'll want to have with a lot of folks, including a financial advisor like yourself or others. So just call your office, call others, Edward Jones advisors here in the area. I'm sure they'll be willing to give you lots of good information, right?
Certainly. And folks, Brian, if folks want to reach out to my office, they can give us a call at 615 615-907-7056. Again, that's 615-907-7056. Again, we're more than happy to accept those initial calls, help assess where folks are to make sure to get them to the best or most appropriate financial advisor for them.
Sounds good. Lee, as always, appreciate you joining us.
Thank you so much, Brian. Hope y'all have a good day.
You too. That is Lee Colvin, Edward Jones financial advisor, joining us here on WGNS and Rutherford Issues.